Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now right now I am in Hoi An market. As you can see behind me, there's shops everywhere. Now initially the plan was I was going to walk around and show you guys what this place got. Because it's too hot, and I'm not even exaggerating, it's way too hot to walk around, and this area is massive. I got plans for this afternoon to go to Son Temple, which is like an hour away. So it's already 1 o'clock, so I've got to utilize my time well. So I decided to actually give you a tour, but on a bike. So I put a camera, strap it up on my chest, and we drive around so you get an idea what these places look like, and we'll talk throughout the video. So stay tuned. Okay, so Viet has volunteered to drive or to ride the bike. Hoi An street market, or the markets tour. So this street over here, it doesn't look as pretty as the streets that's gonna come just where the T intersection is. Either way, mate, they look really pretty. There are a lot of temples here as well. As you can see, there's one in front of us. I have no clue which one is it, but so I was here last night and the markets look very different. The night vibe is totally different. Not saying the day is not pretty, it's pretty in a different way, but the night just, you know, light up this place, and the ambience is just, I don't know. Watch the video if you haven't, man, it looks so amazing. Look at these shops here. They're selling clothes, even the knockoff branded products like Gucci, Prada, those kind of bags and stuff still. But have a look at this one here. So do you see this, the suits, or the they're further up, coming up, the leather bags shops here. So you can actually pick and choose, you know, like that shop there. You can actually get them to make yourself a bag. You can pick the color of the leather, how many pockets you want, where do you want them, what kind of zips, all the kind of stuff. Obviously the cost varies as you pick and choose what do you want to do with your bag, just like anything else. And same goes for the suits. I've heard the suit starts from like $100, which is like a jacket, a pants, and probably the 3-piece, I think. Not fully sure, but that's about the rough marking. Obviously you can go all the way up, you know, depending on the budget, I would say, the material you choose, the style you choose. Man, there's a lot of people walking and I trying to walk before, and I think I lasted probably a couple of meters, and I said, nah, I can't do it. It's way too hot, and I don't want to get a sunburn or get a heat stroke, and you know, then feel sick or something. And then I'm trying to utilize my time here as much as I can see and do. So being sick or not feeling well is the last thing on my agenda. So you see here, there's a lot of little tours. People do a lot of tours from Da Nang. As I said, it's only half an hour, 40 minutes drive, so that's not unusual. What is this bridge here? Okay, let's find out what this bridge is. Don't think the bike's gonna go in. Looks like a very, very old bridge. That's all I can, that's as far as my tour guide skills goes to. Do you know what? I think that's the Japanese and the Chinese bridge that built it together. I'm pretty sure it's closed for the constructions, or I don't know, they just closed it up, perhaps for over tourism. But this is the place we came here last night, and that's where they were doing the canoes and stuff. And this place was packed, and looks very different. Pretty, but it looks very different. Now this one ahead of us This part here is like a little island, but still connected with this bridge. There are a couple of different islands and stuff. I don't know if you're going to go left or right. And this is where the vibes is. This pub last night was pretty bouncing. There's a lot of live musics. And I think I was sitting probably one of those chairs last night. No, it's all good. Sorry, but yeah, no, it's such a good ambience, especially in the evening. You come here and you just sit, and across you is the beautiful river view, and with all the boats and stuff, you know, they got little lanterns and stuff. They look like extraordinarily beautiful. And up there they got balconies and stuff, and that's where they do a lot of pubs and restaurants as well, so people can actually sit up and you know, enjoy the view from a little bit above. Now obviously we're going to the back street. Doesn't look as pretty, so it's going to do a U-turn, which is understandable. This place is so, it changes dramatically. Even last time when I was coming here, it would just, you know, like a normal, and then bam, it's like, wow, what is this place? You know, the lights and the colors and the ambience and the people, everything just changes just like that. It's like someone pressed the switch and, you know, you're in a different world. But this part in particular, this is where they have actually done up, you know, more infrastructure, I would say, the more decorations and stuff. And this is a holiday season in Vietnam, so there's a lot more tourists at the moment than there would be otherwise, I would say. I don't know which festival is it. If someone knows, please write it down in the comment box. Would love to know, and I'm sure the other people would also love to know as well. But it's a beautiful day. Definitely easy on the bike. So I hired a bike. It cost me 120,000 Vietnamese dong per day. So it's not 24 hours. So if you pick up 12 in the afternoon, you still have to return it by the evening. So it goes by the day. But it makes it much more easy, especially if you're tight with the time. That way you can explore more. And man, with this heat, I'm much better on the bike because the breeze, it's you know, feels good, and you don't feel super tired. And you know, we still got a long way to go, and I still want to go to the Mission Temple. That's like an hour away. Still come back here. I really want to jump on the canoes because I didn't do it last night. So that's, you know, there's a lot of stuff I want to enjoy. So walking around, getting tired, or getting exhausted doesn't really help. I want to keep or preserve the energy for all the good stuff. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. See, this is what I mean, eh? You come like only 100 meters or 50 meters from that little bridge, and the ambience looks very different. So I think from this bridge to another bridge, and there's another bridge on the other side, that's where they kind of like do it all together. So we're obviously approaching the section of the market. I really like the I don't know, mustard or yellow or that color they've done. It's very uniform all around this area, I would say. Looks very pretty, you know. You just sit down and have a drink, have lunch, have a coffee, and just sit back and enjoy. There's so many eateries you will not struggle to find if you have any issues with food and stuff. They're different places. And definitely hot, man. Definitely need a hat or something if you plan to walk around in this heat. I got one, obviously riding a bike, so helmet does the job. But if it wasn't, then I'll definitely be wearing one. Even umbrella and stuff, I've seen a couple of people. Or if you get the Vietnamese, that conical hat, that's pretty cool. Thank you. So there we are. This is where they are, you know, the person. I'm pretty sure that is that bridge that you can see a lot of in the photos. So I'm not sure if it's closed or obviously it's closed now. But what I mean is it closed permanently, or is it only temporarily to restore it or something? Hopefully it's the restoration happening so people can actually walk up there. But it's a super old bridge as well. was a friendship bridge built by the Japanese and Chinese, because Hoi An is a old Chinese fishing village. So that's why the influence, the Chinese influence you see in this place, it's everywhere. And Hoi An, by the way, in Vietnamese mean a meeting place. This is where people meet. So have a look at this one here. See the leather bags there? That's what I'm talking about. Now these, some of the buildings here, you're looking at them, they look old. And the lanterns, they're everywhere. So the lanterns in Chinese culture, they believe brings happiness to the family. So that's why they put it all around the place. Well, I guess if you're in Hoi An, you're in happiness anyway. But this place is so pretty. See, there's so many little pockets you can just pick and choose, and you still wouldn't be able to see everything. So we're trying to go back into the market area, because at the moment I'm on the river, which is obviously way less busier for this time of the afternoon. Come in the evening, and this place will be packed. There's a lot of boats behind me. These are not the one that goes in the water in the evening with the lanterns, because they look a lot bigger than the canoes. Canoes only carry like 4, 5, 6 people at a time. So I'm not sure where these boats go to. I do know that if people go to Mison Temple, there's an option by the tour that you can actually return on one of these boats, because obviously the river connects from that part to this part here. So perhaps it's those boats are those. Yeah, we are back into the markets, man. As soon as you come into the markets, the ambience just changes. These shops, they look totally different. Looks so pretty. And if you do come here and order suits, the turnaround time is 1 day. They're pretty good at it. Even if you have to make any changes, they bang on it. They want you to have, once you have your fitting or the measurements taken, you can just exchange WhatsApp or the phone number, and then that way, if you're overseas and you wish to order some more, still in the same shape, you can actually WhatsApp them and call them, and they can parcel it out to you. That's also an option. I know a lot of people do that as well. But I would say just come down here. It's a good excuse to just come here and enjoy and get the suits fitted. The bike is definitely a way to go. There's no way I could have walked around all this. It would have taken ages for me to show you all this bit, and the video would have been too long, so I reckon this is a good idea. Alrighty guys, it's a holiday season, so there's a lot of police here, so here we go. So if you're violating any traffic rule, you will cop a fine, so wear a helmet. Initially I was thinking not to, but good idea. So I need to find out the name of this street, because this is the one. Okay, we just avoided a collision. Good driver. You're a good driver. I'm so glad Viet's helping me out. Otherwise it would have been so hard and we're complicated to make a video. So she's riding around and I'm making a video in the back. Much easier. Man, we picked a good day. And have a look at this one here. So this is the main street. This is where you want to hang around. So the street, so I'm heading towards north. The street to my left is the one that runs along the river. So that's the rough idea. Which street is this? I hope it makes sense. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to come to this street, this is how you know. It's a street right next to the river. Anyway, you know what I mean. Have a look at the street. It's so pretty. A lot of people taking photos. All these mist fans are in operation. Well needed. Oh, that feels good. Super, super pretty street. We'll come back here tonight as well. Selling everything here. Oh, by the way, I also see there's a lot of money exchange shops, and if that's something you worry about or that's something you're concerned, don't worry about it. There's plenty of shops here. I think I've seen 10 already. I've seen some people sitting on top of the roofs as well, so there must be like a hostel or something. You go up in the balcony. I would love to see that. Maybe I should chuck my drone up there and have a look down and see what it looks like. I'm intrigued. Everyone's taking photos, everyone. And I don't blame them. There's a bit of art. More shops. Now this place is pretty. Man, come evening and there's no way you'll be able to ride a bike through this street because it's packed with people, the pedestrians just everywhere. And you see these rickshaws, I call them. I don't know what exactly you call them. If anyone knows what you call them, let us know in the comment box. They are the one, you know, people sitting there and then they go beep, 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 and then they just go all around. I think we're back to the bridge now. So I think this is probably it. Not saying that's the whole market, but this way. Let's go this way. It's like a Times Square, but in Hoi An. At the triangle building. So this is what it is, guys. You know, you just come here, walk around, shop. And this is another reason why I say if time permits, trying to come to Hoi An and stay here instead. Definitely can be done. If you stay in Da Nang, it's doable. A lot of people do that. But if you are in Hoi An, if you're in Hoi An, then the benefit you get is a lot of the tour buses come in after 8-9 o'clock, and that if you want to skip that, you know, the rush hour, you can, you know, just come to the town early, or, you know, I think early, because late they pick up people late because everyone wants to be around here in the market, night markets and stuff. So that's the benefit you get if you stay in Hoi An. You can just leave your hotel early, stroll around before the buses and the flocks of tourists just come in and make a rush hour. But saying that, if that's not possible, hey, get ready. It's definitely possible. When I go to Mae Son, and I'll let you know what's to go with that as well. That's on this afternoon, and we're actually riding there as well. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so, and please press the bell icon so you get the notifications for my next video. But there'll be many more coming. I'm in Vietnam, and this place is just non-stop. Any questions, just, you know, ask in the comment box, and I'll try to answer. If I don't have it answer, I'll find it for you. Or I'm sure there'll be other people who may know the answer. They will jump in and you know, feed the trend. The power of YouTube, the social media, everyone helps each other. Wow, so pretty. And this is like okay, going in there a bit. I really want to show you, because this morning I drove into this little, it looks like a food market further up next to the river. And man, there were people everywhere. That's where we had lunch. Cafe 25, really nice stuff. They let us, they took a bike and they said you can leave them and walk around before I gave up because it was way too hard, and I thought it's probably not ideal. So have a look. Yeah, so this is like a food market with all the fresh vegetables. You know, what else can I see here? I think this is mostly fresh vegetables and stuff, fruit, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's like next to the river, so obviously it's coming through the river, I'm guessing, and this is the earliest or the closest the port. You know, get off the boat and set it up there. Obviously there's more spread around the whole town. Such a pretty little place. Last time I was in Da Nang last year, and I didn't come to Hoi An, and a lot of people told me, they said, oh, you should come to Hoi An, and I said, you know what, next time I'll definitely go. Yesterday when I was driving, or my taxi driver was getting me back to my hotel, and I was driving into Da Nang, and I'm like, you know what, it doesn't really look that different or that prettier, but it's not until you come to this place and then you realize, right, okay, this is what Hoi An is. There we go. So now we're on the, there's so many bridges here, as you can see, you know, there's, okay, that's a little island there. They're all connecting each other. Same goes with this one here. As you can see, there's like a bit of a density over there, so that's where the bridge is. And all the night markets goes there. And people walking around, the brave people, good on them. I couldn't. Heat was just way too much, and I thought it's pointless. I mean, it would be nice. You can even do a push bike as well. So push bike, to hire a push bike, that'd be cheaper if that's an option for you. I think we should go back. Yeah, yeah. It's just hitting on my leg, and that means, what are you doing now? We're going backward. Thank you. They also got these like a little, I don't know, they look like a taxi, but they're like open from the sides. Call them little shuttle buses. So you can go around, you know, this place is, this guy's so much, this guy's punching. So these are the boats, the bigger ones. I'm not sure where they're going or where they're coming from. So if you're restricted with time, guys, yeah, definitely come on a bike. Bike will get you to places quicker, obviously. Other option is a push bike, but other than that, you can walk around if you have plenty of time and you want to keep your steps up. Well, that's about the market, the Hoi An markets during the day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Next one will be the Mison Temple. Really excited for it. So gonna go back and sort that one out. So I'll see you very soon. Take care.